Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza here. Welcome back to another rousing episode of Sports Sunday, where we talk sports, life, and everything in between. And I haven't played this in a few days, so let's hope I'm not rusty. I'm trying to remember exactly what we finished up last time. I know we distributed some points across our player board here, and I think we're ready for another showdown with the lovely ladies. We're almost halfway done with our first set of games here, and we're again, I can't say enough how well we're coming along with this. So hopefully we can keep the trend going. See if we can tee off on Leon some more here. That would be simply fantastic. So with that said, oh boy, I think that I may have witnessed one of the most infuriating halves of college football I've ever seen in my life. Or at least for a really long time. I don't know if I necessarily want to say in my entire life, because I'm almost positive I've seen worse. But before I get to that, really quick, can we just acknowledge a couple of things that happened today that were interesting? One thing was that I totally called it, by the way. Kobe Bryant definitely announced his retirement. He's going to finish out the season. But something tells me that he's not going to make it all the way there. I still maintain that he's going to call it quits before he even gets to that point. But I knew he was going to announce that he was going to hang it up at some point, and it's actually kind of sad. But that's what you got to do. So with that said, can we acknowledge? Oh, we better be careful here. Better be careful. Better be careful. Ah, I knew it. I freaking knew it. Oh no. Got ourselves caught in no man's land there. Can we acknowledge the fact that a couple of weird things happened today? The most notable being that the 49ers almost beat the Cardinals today. The 49ers, the ones that just have, like, oh god, Hector got killed over there. The ones that pretty much fire-sailed, like, their whole team. They got rid of their coach. They lost like 10 defensive players in the offseason. They traded off Vernon Davis in the middle of the season to the Broncos, which is still a weird thing to think about. Well, that's going to come down. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. He's got to go! Yeah! Oh. Come on, get there, yeah! That's a perfect way to move them all around. Come on, snakes. Snakes. That's gonna drop. Snakes with the RBIs. Snakes with 2 RBIs. Snakes. You little devil, you. He knows what he's doing. He's snaking his way all the way to third. But their starting quarterback is Blaine Gabbert, for God's sakes. The guy who I don't even know how he even has a starting job anywhere in this league. And he almost willed them to a victory. I mean, he actually has looked pretty good since he took the starting role. He's like really excited about this thing, and he's looked pretty good for the most part. I mean, as good as a guy in his position could be. But they almost won that game. Consequently, the Chargers almost blew it. They did. And the Chargers are my dad's favorite team. And so, like, he took me to work today after my whole car accident debacle, and he comes over, he's like, hey, what are the scores like? And I was like, hey, the Chargers are definitely winning like 21-10 right now. He's like, what quarter's it in? The third? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, don't worry. By the end of this, they will find a way to totally blow that. And I look at the final score later, and it ended up being 31-25, which means that they almost blew it to Jacksonville. They almost found a way. But, oh boy, oh. Just never a dull moment, it seems. But anyways, it was college rivalry week in the lands of college football this weekend, and there were some games that were just like, I go back and I look at them, and I'm thinking, how the hell does this even happen? Personally, like, I don't even understand how this outcome even happens. A couple of which was, how in the hell did Florida State only allow Florida to score 2 points? Consequently, on the other side of the coin, how in the hell are you only going to score 2 points against Florida State? Seriously, that's nothing. That's terrible. I mean, obviously, Florida has really done most of their work via, their defense being good. Because God only knows that pretty much ever since Tim Tebow left, their offense has been just a pile of hot dog shit. It has been awful. Will Muschamp does not know how to recruit a quarterback that knows anything about what he's doing. And we've seen that. We've seen that numerous times over. And I'm sure that the coach that they have is going to be able to recruit people. It's just that, oh man, he got sucked into a real vortex of awful quarterback play. It was terrible. So yeah, that outcome was pretty bonkers. The fact that the Alabama and Auburn game was actually close for a while, I almost found to be kind of insulting. I mean, I'm not an Alabama fan, but there is no reason that Auburn should have been anywhere near that game. I know it's rivalry week and that type of stuff can happen at times. Oh boy. Oh no! That was bad. If I'm lucky, we can get him a third. Or we can do nothing of the sort, and we're giving up runs. That's just fantastic. It's not looking good for my pitcher's goals here. I'm trying to have my... Oh my god. How many times have we given up that same thing there? Oh, you idiot. Oh, this inning is falling apart on me right now. Tied 3-3. It's gonna be more than that in a second. Oh. This is awful. This is purely awful. 4-3, huh? Man, this has been a terrible inning for Harry. His ERA is going to look disgusting in just a moment's time. One of the other ones that I thought was particularly interesting was Oregon and Oregon State. Now, obviously, that's going to be always one of my main topics of discussion because I'm an avid Oregon fan. But Oregon won that game 52-42. And I'm sure you guys will be like, oh, that sounds like a fairly interesting game. Here's the problem with that game. Oregon was favored to win that game by 37.5 points. 37.5 points on the board. And they somehow managed to only win by 10 against a team that only averages 17 points a game, which is one of the worst in all the land. And, oh, it's just the most infuriating thing, because here's the other thing. Oregon in the first half was absolutely trouncing them. They were winning. It was 31-7 at halftime. 31-7. The game's over at this point. They're ahead by 4 scores. Or 3 scores if you're going, by 2-point conversions all across the board. But they were destroying them. And then all of a sudden, they took pity on little brother, and they decided, hey, we're just not going to play anymore. And then Oregon State made it a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. It was uncomfortably close. Like, it was just like somebody opened the floodgates and the proverbial diarrhea known as Oregon's defense came to play. And oh my god, I was about ready. I have a bruise on my hand from slamming it on my desk numerous times. From just being like, what are you guys doing? This is the worst! Like, I legitimately thought that Oregon was going to find a way to lose that game, which, had it happened, may have been considered to be one of the most colossal upsets in terms of point spread, I think, in all of the scope of college football history, maybe. It was really bad. Like, there's nothing... To sum it up, Oregon State's running back. They have so many injuries at running back that their starting running back was one of their tight ends. Like, he played running back in high school, but he was listed as a tight end because he's like 250 pounds. And he was going up against Oregon's running back, who's like the 3rd leading rusher in the nation at this point, and he outrushed him. A freaking tight end outrushed this guy. It is just infuriating central, He ran for like 174 yards on 19 carries. And I will say one thing, that guy is fast. He may be a 250-something pound tight end, but that dude is fast. He was outrunning like DBs like it was nothing. It was really a weird display altogether. It was just like, what the... So, and then USC and UCLA. I thought UCLA was just gonna freaking lick their pork chops and kill them, but no, good USC decided to stop by again. And and freaking Clemson in South Carolina. That game was a lot closer than it should have been. Like, I almost thought that that Clemson was gonna shit the bed. I thought they were gonna do it. They were getting the rubber sheets ready. They were setting them down, and they were getting ready for like a post muchas gracias, like Taco Bell at 2 a.m. after a 4-hour drinking bender type of diarrhea. Like, it was gonna be really bad. Keep in mind also that this is the same South Carolina team that 1 week prior, just last week, they lost to Citadel at home. They lost to the Citadel, a Division II school, and oh my god, and they made it close. It was just amazing. I wanted so bad for Clemson to lose. Like, I'm getting so tired of Dabo Swinney and his whole little freaking antics that he does. He seems like the guy that's not cool, that tries so hard to be cool, and people eventually take pity on him and think that he's cool. You know? Like, that's what I feel like Dabo Swinney is. And maybe that is what he is. I don't know. Anybody that comes up with a nickname of Dabo when your first name is William, I don't even know how it happens, because it doesn't make any freaking sense. It is what it is, I suppose. Come on! You gotta get there. I love how they just run in place after a while, because, like, obviously they're not going to, like, infringe upon the other runner. It's just funny that they run in place. They just do, like, the Running Man over there for a while. So yeah, dude, I don't know. There's just something about the whole rivalry week thing. You never know what's gonna happen with it. You truly never know. The TCU and Baylor game was awesome, actually, with just like it was just a torrential downpour in there, and just quarterbacks were playing like absolute garbage. And I mean, I understand it's really hard to have good quality quarterback play when there's like 48 inches of rain. And, you know, people, like, you can't even complete, like, a basic screen pass without something going horribly awry. But it was really entertaining. I thought it was fantastic. And Baylor lost. Anytime Baylor loses, I'm a happy man. I always think that there's... I feel like Art Briles is the kind of guy that would sell you faulty insurance, you know? He's just got kind of that... He's got that freaking sly dog sort of look on his face all the time, like he's got something to hide in his jean jacket pocket, and yeah, I don't know. There's just something about him, and so when they lost, I was so excited. The best. Hey, that's gonna come down. All right. That's going all well. I thought it was gonna go all the way to the wall, but I'll take it. It's still a run either way. That's not quite gonna cut it. Oh, I was so close. I thought it was gonna be such a slow dribbler that we were gonna get it there, but what do you do? Beggars can't be choosers on that one. So yeah, dude, it was an exciting week in football, and it keeps helping Oregon, because all these teams losing, they're gonna end up back in the top 10 somehow. I'm excited. I am an excited man. Oh, okay. Here's a nice non-sports related story. So, after my whole car wreck thing that I went through last night, if you want to hear about that, you can check out my descent video I just made earlier today. Kind of went through all the details ad nauseum in there. So, after that, I was in such a bummerish mood that I decided, and I just wanted to get out of the house for a while, and so I went with my friend Matt to the casino. He's like, hey man, I know you've had a pretty shitty day. Let's go hit the casino and hit up the buffet, and then we can see if we can win some money or something. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. At the very least, dude, that buffet is just nuts. even going back there again, the amount of prime rib that I ingested should be probably illegal in most places. And, oh no, that's a double play. I thought it was going to go over the head. I was sadly mistaken. Just, like, getting prime rib and, like, mac and cheese and their mashed potatoes and gravy are on just a different planet. It's insane. So good, though. And then being able to finish it off with just, like, a nice ice-cold Coca-Cola, and then finishing that off with like a peppermint ice cream. Oh, Jesus. I was in a very uncomfortable place for a while. And they give you like the buckets to put like the crab leg pieces and stuff in. They just automatically give you one because they pretty much assume that everybody's going for it. And instead of using it for that, I was actually just using it to oh god. Oh, it's so slow. Oh, Harry, please, you gotta do some exercise in the off season, bro. It's getting bad. So we were actually using the bucket to put our trimmings of fat from the prime rib in the bucket. And every once in a while, our waitress would walk by to ask if we needed anything, and she'd always look in the bucket and just kind of give like this ugh type of look in there, like, that's what you guys are using it for? Ah, come on. But so after that, we decided to go gamble a little bit. And keep in mind, my friend Matt has such a crazy streak of winning all the time. Like, I've only been to the casino just like a couple of times that he hasn't won while I've been there. And I think that part of it is because he goes all like freaking Monstars and Space Jam and like steals my luck from me. That's the same thing that happened last inning. Literally the exact same situation. But I feel like he like totally steals all my thunder and just like takes away my ability to win. I swear, because whenever I'm there, I like generally never win and he wins everything. But for once, he goes out there and he's really struggling. Like he's at the poker table, and I'm there with him, and I decided to play, and I won my first hand, and then on the following 4 hands, I got 15 just 4 times in a row, and I ended up losing each time. And so the money I put down was pretty much immediately gone. And he ended up staying there for a while, and because he had won on a number of hands in a row. That is going to be a nice little ground out. I'll take it. You know, I'll let the runner advance. It's fine. And so while he's still over there, I decided I was going to go play slots, and I was going to go play this one called Da Vinci Diamonds. Because it's the one that, like, all my friends seem to win on it, like, every time. It's like the payout is so wildly high on that one for some reason. And I had never played it before. So I walk over there and I put in a little Chwansky in there just to see what'll happen. And I'm playing, not really winning much. I'm thinking, well, I mean, here's yet another round where I can't seem to pull it off. And I'm on my last spin, and I trigger the bonus round. I'm like, sweet! I'm finally gonna get somewhere here. This is good. And, oh boy. Yep, our defense rating's not high enough. Oh, no you don't. Yeah, I got you! No, I'm not gonna rape you. I'm a little boy. I keep thinking of that for some reason from John Mulaney's stand-up. I have no reason why I should be thinking of that, but I just keep thinking of it. So I triggered the bonus round, and I make a little bit of money. It's only like a 6 round, like a 6 round thing. But and then I got to like my 4th round, and I re-triggered the bonus, and it gave me a few more. And then I re-triggered it, and it gave me a few more. Next thing you know, I'm up like $100, and I'm like, sick. This might actually be a time that I win and he doesn't. Like, that's never happened in the history of the world. And so I cash out, and he's like, and he ends up, you know, walking away from the table because he hadn't won anything yet. He's like, "Did you win anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I did actually. It was a miracle. It's amazing." And so we go play some more slots, and he's like really down. Like he was down like a couple $100, and I'm sitting here thinking like it's actually gonna happen. Like I kind of feel bad. And I feel like a dick, but I was like kind of actively rooting against him for a few minutes, just because, you know, I was, you know, being an asshole, really. You should never root against your own friends to not win things, but I was kind of just like, kind of relishing in the fact that this was going to be the one time in my life that I was going to win money and he wasn't going to. And, so we're sitting at this table, or at this slot machine called Hot Pink Sevens. And it's one where you can win a lot of money on that thing, because when you trigger the bonus round, you get 12 games, but you can re-trigger it just like you can the other one, and it gives you 12 more. Like, it's not one where it's like, oh, we'll give you 3 more. Like, they give you a straight up 12 more. And so he's playing, and things weren't going so well in the beginning, but he managed to get up to about, I think he got up to like $65. And then he played it down to like 50, and he's just like, man, I just don't have it tonight. And so he decides to keep playing, and he triggers the bonus round, and he gets like back up to about 70, and so he's like, well, I mean, it's something, I guess. And so he cashes out of that one, and he moves over to the next machine where this other lady was at, that she had been playing it for a few minutes and never really got anything out of it. And, there we go. Hector! Man, he is just doing it. This is the concierge, sir! Oh, yep, that's not gonna happen. Oh boy, wow. She ran all the way back. You could have totally thrown me out well before then. Oh well, I'm not gonna argue it at all. I'm really not. That's. Oh, it went over the head! Oh boy! You idiot, you! Oh wow, that is a colossal failure right there, and I'm gonna get thrown out. No, I'm not. So he moves over to this one, and within the first couple of rolls, he triggers the bonus, and it was like one of those ones where you can actually pull the lever on it, and you can do it that way, which I love those kinds. I think those are the best ones. And so he triggers a thing, and the background music that plays during this bonus round is, I'm looking for some hot stuff buried in there. I'm looking for some hot stuff buried in there. And it was kind of like, it would just kind of circle that same thing around over and over, just kind of that I think it actually would play pretty much the whole song, more or less. And so he's going, and he's winning a little bit of money. And so he gets to around to like spin 5 or 6, and he decides to try doing this technique, because for the most part, when he was playing it by just hitting the spin button instead of pulling the lever. And so he does that, and he's like, alright, I'm gonna pull the lever on this one. And so he hits the button to spin the reels, and then he pulls the lever to stop it, and he re-triggered the bonus, and he's just like, whoa, that was cool. Ooh, a base hit for Peter. Look at that. Still batting 1,000 as a pitcher. That's crazy. So he triggers the bonus again. He's got 24 free games. And ooh, boy, that was totally foul. It looked foul to me. I'll take it. And so, you know, things still going. He's winning some more money, and so it gets to spin like 16. And he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try it again just to see what happens. And so he hits the button to spin the reels, and he pulls the lever thing again, and he triggers the bonus again. and like at this point, we're just dying laughing. We're like, what is going on right now? This is so weird. And so, you know, he plays, and he's winning more, and he's actually getting some money now. And then he triggers the bonus again, so now he's up to 48 free games. And we're just sitting here like, we got people that are like walking by, and they're just cracking up laughing. They're like, what is going on over here? Like, you guys look like you're having one hell of a time. We're like, we keep triggering the bonus on this thing. And I love the guy's face where he's just like, give me someone else. And oh, that's a double play. That is absolutely a double play. Ooh, boy, that was close. And so he decides to try it again, and he friggin' triggered it again. Like, he ended up missing on it a couple times, but he had like an 85% success rate on this whole hit the button, pull the reels thing. It was amazing. He actually got up to 84 bonus games, and by the time the whole thing was over, he ended up having won like $450 on that thing. And so, you know, my dreams were dashed on the whole me being the only one that wins. But dude, it was crazy. Like, we were sitting there for like a solid 15 to 20 minutes in just that bonus round. It was insane. Oh, it was so cool. I've never seen that happen in a bonus round before. And so he ends up, you know, he ends up cashing out, and so now I'm getting kind of like, I'm feeling like, you know, maybe I should test my luck one more time, you know, a time or two more. And so I go and I could play a couple of games, and all the money that I had won, I lost, and so I ended up coming out even, which for me is amazing. Like, being able to gamble for a couple hours and you know, come out even is about all you can really hope for. So, good times though. I mean, it was really, dude, it was crazy. I've never in all my days seen something as wild as that. It was something else. Okay, so let's go up on the speed here. Yeah, because we always got to have high speed for a closer. That's very, very important. All right, let's go up on batting, up on running. No, actually up on defense and up on prestige. And then let's work on Jeff. His batting's not very good. His hitting's okay. The contact part of it's okay, but the power, not so much. So we'll give him some prestige there. Gus looking pretty good. Fuller's pretty good. Snakes, Frank, Buzz. How about... Really quick. No, Snakes is still pretty good. Let's... Oh. Okay. How about... Do we have anybody that we can work with? There we go. Okay. Let's work on Cedric. We'll give him stamina and prestige. Okay, so that comes out there. So yeah, dude, it was fun though. It's always fun being able to go to the casino and somebody wins. It's usually not me, but somebody's able to win. And at least I broke even. So actually, though that money is going to come in handy when I'm going to have to, you know, pay my car repair fees. But hey, what do you do? So that's kind of what that's going to be. So we're going to conclude this one for tonight. So when we come back on the next installment of Sports Sunday, we're going to have our work cut out for us again, because we're going to have yet another matchup against the lovely ladies. We're kind of getting to the point where we're going to start blowing them out a lot. And hopefully, like I said, if we around games, you know, 8 through 10, we can start actually hitting some more home runs with players. But until then, my friends, this is your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.